So, this is somebody who worked with Frank Lucas. This is someone who has ties to like real black mafia shit, and this guy was an informant. Like, it's weird. Because I don't know. Usually snitches aren't revered and loved and admired. And yet, Sean Combs' father seemed to be able to hold on to somewhat of a decent reputation in some way. Makes you wonder, what was that really all about? But let me not get too far away from staying on track with everything that's happening here in episode 1. Pain versus love. People talked about his admiration for Heavy D, begging Heavy D for the introduction to Andre Harrell, the way he indebted himself to Andre Harrell, the way he was, the way he looked at, the success of Al B. Sure. It's funny. Nobody seems to really acknowledge it for what it was. It was envy. It was jealousy. He saw what they had and he wanted it for himself. And he wanted to be bigger than everybody else. He was that guy that would sit there, almost like that movie, The Talented Mr. Ripley. He would sit there and he would study you and he would watch you and he would do all of these things just so he could become you and then get rid of you. Disappear you so nobody remembers who you are and all you remember is him. There's a lot of psychopathic, sociopathic behavior when it comes to the diddler, but hey, that's just my opinion. I'm no doctor. I ain't making no diagnosis. So let's just be clear. This is a young man who grew up with street-funded privilege. After his father passed away, it's very clear that his mother kept on hustling and kept hanging around hustlers. Tim Dog has described the parties in the house: pimps, hoes, hustlers, models, basketball players. You got that kind of crowd. There's got to be a drug dealer or so there. Alcohol everywhere. There was a stage built in the living room and they were asked to perform as kids. I mean, like, this is how he grew up. It was almost if he was designed to throw the parties that we'll later hear about, from the white parties to the parties overseas, with very, 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 very interesting things happening there, all the way to the freak-offs. It's like Sean Combs was in a never-ending party his whole life. Now, from a boy being draped in chinchilla to a boy running around the streets promoting parties, interning for Andre Harrell before he got a paid position. I mean, his life was like a whirlwind. It was almost like he was in too much of a rush to grow up. I mean, even the way Andre Harrell said he bullied his way into his home, coming up with some story about a fight between him and Janice and how he couldn't live with his mom anymore.